And with the conflict of interest would be how dumbed down things are, watered down into drinking the Kool-Aid. If we're making our bodies all encompass something that is derogatory, such as just interpreting adjuvant, we're going to be closer and closer into the Stone Age, where it was ruled by Egyptian. Alright, the Egyptians were a prominent culture, and so if you're divvying up which cultures had it right, it would have been the Egyptians, and at some point of time, if everyone's doing the wrong thing and it's reflecting in the offspring, we're going back in time in the wrong direction. As opposed to something that would interest in the people being positive, would be something where if you were to have the energy grid, the electric grid, everyone pays for electricity, and then having the internet, how the internet was first made through DARPA. If you can combine both of them to be pretty much free, it would have to be like with a acceleration and a constant velocity being the same, and then because bandwidth is the revving of electricity, which is a velocity, a hamster wheel cranking. If you get more of this kind of thing, then you're gonna have yourself a modulated machine device, and that can be important, especially if you're incorporating like these different types of darts and stuff. If you can have these jelly BBs, all these firearms could be an interesting way with hamster wheels. Sign on to this and you can get free energy just by using the internet. Looking at those two things as giant walls, as opposed to you being enclosed into a system that closes your ancestral line and then your future of whatever offspring that you would have had as those two walls. Which one would you rather go for? Which one would you rather go for? There's this famous video clip. You're not allowed to watch it unless you can find it already, but then if you haven't seen it, it's probably gone by now. This lady with all these people around her inside of a blue city, she's like, I'm not asking what's in the shot. I'm not asking what does the word she used? I'm not asking what wasn't put in there. I am simply pulling out my arm and receiving it. And everyone's like, yeah. And so by doing this is the imagery of like the gray person, and there's all these gray people because they don't have any identity, because they are not allowed to think for themselves. This is what is being promoted as turning on the TV and listening to directions. And the more that you do this, it's more this gray person. And so the only difference between being a gray person would then be black and white people. And so if you've got a whole grid of black and white people, if you pan out with a 35-mile purview, it would be as though a QR code of that landscaping. And with the QR of that landscaping is a whole bunch of people. Now you have yourself an entire grid that's very easily able to be scanned in one fell swoop. And that can be done with an electric grid. Gland in my jaw, my upper mouth, and this can be extracted to use your gum grafting. And this gum grafting is something where your body will accept your own cells, but not as much as if it's of an animal or artificial gums that you can buy and have them sewn in. So your body, when it's sewing in, will accept your own cells. So there's a thing at the roof of your mouth where it is a gold mine of, it looks like almost a gland, but it's all this special kind of things that gum grafting utilizes. So it's a bank of it just inside your upper mouth. So I use my upper mouth to crush a lot of food instead of biting it. And oddly enough, if that gets taken out, I won't be able to have that full effect of that. So,
You know, like, which one would you rather go for? You know, like, which one would you rather go for? I have to pee so fucking bad. Freedom of speech, guy. It's my freedom of speech, guy. It's my freedom of speech, guy.
oh yeah.